Today we will be testing the Traders Dynamic Index.
But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Traders Dynamic Index. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 680 indicators, with 275 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the Traders Dynamic Index, and we actually tested this one in the last video. And as I said in that video, I think we are going to test it an additional way. In the last video, it did rather well. Basically what we did was we looked for the green line to get into an overbought or oversold, and then we looked for it to cross this middle line right here. If you want to know more, go back and watch that video, but it did pretty well. As I said, had a decent win rate, but the number of trades was a little bit on the low side. And so in this case, I think what we are going to do is I think we are going to use this kind of similar to how some people use the MACD. It has these two oscillating lines, well, one oscillating line, and it has what is typically known as a signal line. That's going to be the red line right here, the green line being the oscillating line, which is the the Traders Dynamic Index line essentially. And so what we are going to do is we are going to look for the same setup where we get an overbought or oversold. So the green line must pop out above the upper band here or down below the lower band there. But this time, instead of waiting for it to cross this middle section right here, what we're going to do is look for it to cross that signal line, hence the name of a signal line. That will be the signal to then go short or go long. And so for example, if we get the break right here, the green line breaks that upper band into the overbought area, then it comes down, crosses the signal line right here to the downside. That would be a short signal. On the reverse side, it looks like it peaks down below this lower band right here, just barely. So we'll use this as an example. It breaks down into the oversold area here, And then we look for that oscillating line to cross the signal line back to the upside. It happens right here. Then we would go long. And so again, when a oscillating line has a signal line like this is typically how you would use a signal line. Again, hence the name, a signal line. It's not there just for the fun of it. Typically it's used for something. So all right, now that I've rambled on quite a bit here, let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get. All right, so the first signal that we pick up is a short signal. We get that right here as we get that break to the upside, just barely right there. Then we get a cross down below the signal line right here on this one. We get a push to the downside. This red candle wasn't quite enough to get us to our 60 pip take profit. A little bit of a tongue twister there. But the next candle, this green one, actually has this wick to the downside there. And that was enough to actually come down and cross that 60 pip take profit level that we were looking for. And you can see it did push up just a tad bit more and then really dropped hard right there. So that would have been a pretty decent trade had you stayed in that the whole way. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, we then pick up a long signal right here on this one. Get that cross to the downside, or that punch to the downside with the green line, then the cross back up right here. Unfortunately, we get this heavy drop to the downside right there, which has come down and stop us out pretty much immediately, just a couple candles later. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, we then pick up a short right here. So again, we get that push to the upside right there. That cross actually took place right there. Yeah, right there on that one. We get a little bit of a push to the downside, not quite enough to come down and hit our take profit before things roll and then push to the upside really heavily there. And unfortunately that one stops us out as well. All right, so what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the rest of the testing. That way things don't take too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general.
And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it.
Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Get everything in focus. There we go. Let's go ahead and count it out and see what we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, we have 10 trades. I'm pretty sure we had 10 trades on the way we tested it yesterday. And we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 winning trades. And so unfortunately, that is not going to meet the 60% criteria that we are looking for. I thought maybe trying it this way would speed it up just a tad bit more and might be able to alleviate some of those losing trades that we had taken trying it the way we tried it yesterday. I'm sure that you could use this in a little bit different way, but I honestly don't think utilizing this indicator in another way is going to work very well. And so the other idea would be to wait for the green line to be below the middle line and take every cross of the signal line to the upside as a long, and wait for the green line to be on the upside in the red area, and you would take every cross of the signal line to the downside as a short, and that would increase the number of trades that you would take. But I have a feeling that that would do so very inaccurately, and so I don't think that's a very good way to try it. I think the first way we tested it was probably the best way to test this indicator. So far anyways, seems like the best way. We'll see in the next round of testing once we start to really narrow down on those winners and see how they hold up. So, but for now, it is going to, the first way is going to stay on the yes list. This way is going to go on the no list. So, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.